They don't warn you about this war. The war that doesn't leave blood, just silence. You don't hear the battlefield, you feel it. Every time you give your peace to someone who never earned it. Not all battles are fought with fists. Some are fought with your soul. Every morning, next to someone who makes you feel alone. Most men are not broken by life. They're broken by connection without direction. You were told to love blindly, but love without wisdom is a slow collapse. You gave too much, not because you're weak, but because no one showed you the cost of giving without standards. And now, you don't trust love. But what you should stop trusting is your old self. You can't build strong relationships if you're not strong within. Most people show up hoping to be completed by someone else, but no one can complete what you refuse to build. Stoics didn't seek validation, they sought virtue, because virtue attracts what chaos repels. Ask yourself, would you trust someone who can't sit with their own silence? Then why should someone trust you if your identity shatters under pressure? This isn't about being cold, it's about becoming so centered that love isn't a dependency. It's a gift you offer without fear. Marcus Aurelius didn't write letters for attention. He wrote to confront the man in the mirror. If you want to build something real, you need to meet yourself. Not your Instagram self, not your overachiever mask, your actual self. Because if you fake it in love, you will suffer in silence. And that silence, if ignored, will rot every connection you try to keep. If your presence brings peace, your relationships will never be desperate. The strongest men don't chase, they radiate. And that energy reshapes the room before a word is spoken. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." You imagine being abandoned, so you cling. You imagine not being enough, so you perform. You imagine heartbreak and create the very wounds you feared. But stillness destroys the illusion. When you are grounded in purpose, you stop needing people to make you feel worthy. You connect because you want to, not because you feel empty. This is how warriors love, not with fear, but with clarity, because they've seen the battlefield within and chose to heal instead of blame. That's rare today, but it's exactly what makes your presence unforgettable. Most people beg for connection, but never build the discipline to sustain it. You think it's about finding the right person, but it's about becoming the person that the right one respects. Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. Yet today, we skip that part. We expect loyalty without embodying strength. We crave deep love without deep values. You want healthy relationships? Then become dangerous in your own mind. Dangerous to your distractions, dangerous to your excuses. The man who honors his word, even in silence, commands more respect than the one who speaks endlessly. If you keep breaking promises to yourself, how can you expect others to trust you? You don't attract what you want. You attract what you tolerate. And what you tolerate reveals what you believe you deserve. She won't stay because you're nice. He won't respect you just because you listen. People stay where they feel safe in your presence, but challenged by your standards. A healthy relationship isn't built on chemistry. It's built on shared values, aligned direction, and unshakable boundaries. Marcus Aurelius never chased connection. He cultivated virtue. That virtue became a magnet. When you live with integrity, your relationships either rise with you or fall away on their own. You don't need to chase love. You need to chase alignment. Think of it like this. If your life is a temple, then every boundary is a sacred wall. Every broken promise is a crack. And every time you compromise your values for comfort, you burn the foundation you swore to protect. Love without discipline is chaos, and chaos has no roots, only smoke. Look around. Most modern relationships are built on impulse, not principle. They're glued together by dopamine, not discipline. That's why they collapse the moment reality shows up. You want a healthy bond? Build it like a fortress, brick by brick, not with paper walls of vibes and instant gratification. The Stoics understood this. You fear losing people who were never built to stay. Let them go. You don't need someone to complete you. You need someone to walk beside you when your path is steep and your silence is heavy. A true bond doesn't require performance. It thrives on presence, on the ability to sit together in stillness and not fear the silence. You're not looking for attention. You're looking for alignment. And alignment only comes to those who walk their talk. You want depth? Start with truth. Speak it, live it, and demand it back. Because the strongest relationships aren't built on constant agreement. They're forged in the fire of honest conflict, of difficult conversations, of two people willing to challenge each other without fear of losing love. Most avoid confrontation because they confuse peace with silence, but silence breeds resentment, and resentment poisons even the purest connection. You don't grow with someone by always nodding. You grow by sharpening each other, by being brave enough to say, "This hurt me," and even braver to say, "I was wrong." That's how trust is built, not in moments of perfection, but in raw, unfiltered humanity. Remember this: if you're always walking on eggshells, you're not in a relationship, you're in a performance. So let's remember what we've uncovered today. If you want to build a healthy, powerful relationship, you must embrace 4 habits. First, show up as your full self, not half, not masked. Truth creates connection, pretending destroys it. Second, pursue shared purpose. Don't just love each other, build something together. Purpose strengthens when pleasure fades. Third, speak hard truths. Real bonds aren't soft, they're hardened by honesty, not coddled by silence. Fourth, choose people who walk with you in discomfort. Love is not just how they treat you when it's easy, it's how they stand when life demands more. This isn't theory, this is practice. This is how the few build relationships that last, while the many drift, wondering why they feel so alone. You're not here to chase temporary affection, you're here to build something eternal. Write Soul Warrior in the comments if you made it this far, and subscribe to Vermind for more content that elevates you. Because
the fire inside you was never meant to destroy, it was meant to forge.